What's up everyone, WizardKen here with another Xbox 360 World of Tanks video. Today we're going to continue in our series of First Impression with the Chinese Tier 8 medium, the T-34-3. Now yesterday we looked at the Type 64 on our very first episode of First Impression, and it was a really cool tank. As you guys noticed, that it looked kind of like the Hellcat. Now if you haven't watched that video, I would suggest that you guys go back and check that thing out because it does explain what we do on the First Impression videos. Anyway, so moving on to the T-34-3, what does this tank resemble? The T-54. That's right, guys. This thing is pretty much like an identical twin of the T-54. Now, there are some differences once we look at the stats on this tank, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty much the same damn tank. It's a really, really neat looking tank, isn't it? I mean, look at that thing. It's really, really cool. So, anyways, let's jump straight into the stats on this thing. Alright guys, so let's look at the stats on the T-34-3. Now the hit points on this thing is 1,300, which isn't bad at all. Now the other thing I forgot to mention is that since this is a premium tank, it does only see up to tier 9. So like I think the T-54 has 1,500 hit points, something like that. And this one only has 1,300, even though they're pretty much the same tank. Because this one doesn't see tier 10s, that's why, of course, Wargaming probably dropped the amount of hit points it has on it and stuff like that, just to be fair. Now, there's a couple other things, if you look up the T-54 compared to this, that the T-54 would win on. I think it has better penetration. I think the hull and turret armor are a little bit better also. Not by much, but it is a little bit better because it does see tier 10s. The speed on this thing is 50 kilometers per hour, which is not a bad speed, I think. Anything that goes up to at least 50 is I'm happy with. The hull on this is 90 on the front, 50 on the side, and 50 on the rear. So not a lot of hull armor, guys. But the turret armor definitely makes up for it. 190 on the front, 120 on the side, and 60 on the rear. Now you are going to be facing some tier 9s, and a good amount of those tanks can penetrate over 190 millimeters of armor, so you're still gonna have to be very careful with this tank. But to be honest with you, if you probably get behind a rock and stuff like that, hold down position and use your speed, and the way this armor looks, I mean, it's very well angled all over the place, even the turret and stuff. I mean, the turret kind of looks more like a bubble than kind of like the IS-7 where it's a little bit more angled. Or like the T-62A where they're really nicely angled. This one could use a little bit more angling, but you should be able to bounce. It looks like you should be able to bounce, and that's going to be my guess on it. Now, the rate of fire on this thing is 4.48. So that means you're going to be like, that's like a 12-second reload. Now, it does have a 122 on here. A 122 gun. And you know what, that's a pretty powerful gun in a sense. I mean, you do 390 damage, but the problem is like I said, that 4.48 reload time, which with a good crew, maybe 5 rounds in a minute. And then the aim time, 3.40, and the accuracy is 0.46. So we're going to have to look at that. I mean, we're going to have to add some equipment on here. There's no doubt about it. We cannot deal with that reload speed. We need to get that a little bit faster than what it is already. Seriously, we need to get it a lot faster. And then the aim time also, we need to get that in there because those things can hinder us from being able to do peekaboo. Right now, the way this tank stands, from my point of view, is doing peekaboo shots and different things like that is going to suck, especially if you're trying to peekaboo with a tank that reloads quicker than you. I mean, if you shoot and they know that your reload is like 12 seconds, then yeah, they're going to come after you and hit you twice to your one shot into them. So we're going to have to be very, very careful with that. So anyways, let's look at the armor on this thing really quickly. As you can see on the front, like I said, this thing is very slanted in the front. It looks like you should be able to ricochet on the upper glacis and the lower glacis. Looks pretty neat. And also moving up to the turret, look at that. There's no openings really to get to that to the turret ring, so it looks like that's pretty protected from the front. Now the sides, looks like the turret ring might be able to get hit pretty easily, but in the front it looks like this definitely is going to be able to take some hits or at least bounce some things. It looks like, hopefully. Let's see. There's a viewport right there. Can't really see that we're gonna get hit there. If we do, it's because somebody can penetrate that armor, but that's a very hard spot to just hit the viewport. So the front looks pretty good. The commander's hatch on the top. Yeah, the little viewports on the top don't look bad. Let's look at it. Try to equal it down to where a tank's gonna look at us. It looks like a kind of a hard spot to hit, and possibly even ricochet. So not bad at all. The hatch is pretty low too. And yeah, let's look at the sides. Sides are pretty exposed though. I mean, look how between the tracks and the upper part of the hull, I mean, look at that. There is a big gap there. So if anybody shoots, there's no protection there. You know, FV-183 Death Star gets on you. Looks like he's going to have a pretty good field day to be able to kill you in one shot. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that's concerning right there. That's very concerning. And your engine's right here in the back, it looks like, because you can see the exhaust pumping out right there. Good shot. And see, this is all exposed, and I'm kind of worried about this getting on fire and stuff. So we are really going to have to work that frontal armor. Even though we don't have any on the hull, we're definitely going to have to use it as much as possible, like the angle of it, to really try to bounce things. We're definitely going to have to play peekaboo on this. Looking at the rear, pretty explanatory. Get shot in the rear, we're probably going to get toasted. The other side, same thing. Too exposed for me. So right now I'm not caring for the sides and the rear, which the rear is always usually crappy, and the sides on most tanks aren't the greatest, but that's just a huge exposure. I mean, Jesus, that's huge. Alrighty. But yeah, that front, I could work with that. I could definitely work with that. So, alright, let's go into equipment real quick, because I only have 1 mil to be able to spend on this thing. So I'm only going to get maybe a couple things. Now, the things we could really use on this tank is the enhanced, the enhanced gun lane drive, the vertical stabilizer, and the large caliber tank gun rammer. Unfortunately, when I go to review the 112, I want to be able to put things on that too. I haven't looked at the stats on that thing, like the reloads and stuff like that. So I don't know what I'm going to need on there. So for right now, I think the best equipment that we can get is the large caliber tank gun rammer. And I really want to get the enhanced gun lane drive. That wouldn't be a bad idea to do right now either, instead of the gun rammer, because to be honest with you, even if we get the time down, it's only going to be maybe a second or two. You know, that's until our crew gets a lot better. So I don't know. I don't know. Aim time would be amazing, but having a quick reload would be even better. You know what? We're going with the quick reload. Alrighty. Alright, so we're already painting all that stuff. Supplies should already be in here. Yes, they are. Alrighty, so let's take this thing out and see how we do. Definitely the type of game we want. And I don't know which way we're going to go. I really don't. One of the problems with this tank is, look at this. Gun depression. Look at that. Not very good. So if we try going over this hill, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. So we're going to try our bet through the city. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Now, the only bad thing about going to the city is that we really wanted to use hold down positions, and there's not really hold down positions in the city. There's a couple spots I can try to do hold down positions, but nothing that's going to be amazing. So yeah, I'm not too excited about this, but the city does help us get protection from the 2 artillery that they have, so I am kind of excited about that. Do not want to deal with freaking artillery. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you guys like this series. A lot of you guys gave me some good feedback yesterday on the Type 64, so I think we're going to continue with this series. I think it's going to be a good series, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think doing like first impressions is really, really cool, because you guys get to see how I deal with a tank for the very first time. I mean, it's not going to be amazing. I might get lucky and get a good game, but majority of the time, I'm gonna probably suck with the tank. So at least it shows you guys, and I am in the same boat as you guys when it comes to using a tank for the very, very first time. Man, I wish I could see this guy. Can I back up and hit him? I might be able to. AT-15. No. Oh, maybe. Yep. There we go. Right there. Right there. Let's try it. We hit the dirt. We hit the dirt. Damn. What about this guy? Our brother. Maybe. No, not gonna happen. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, man, that is a hard shot. Maybe. Ooh, we hit somebody. We hit the AT-15 that we've been trying to get. Hipster dude. That sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar. Come on, come on. Show me something. Show me something. Did we back up? Can we have another shot at this guy? Maybe? He's gonna move. He's gonna move. That's alright. Come on! How did that miss? Gosh, dog it. That sucks. Come on, somebody spot this guy for me. Is he still there? No, he's hidden again. We're just gonna snipe. Screw it. Why not? Why the F not? Right? There we go. Got that guy. Alright, they are pushing on our guys right here. Really want to get rid of these guys. God. Wow. Damn it. Don't have a good shot on these guys. There we go. That was a luck shot. God, that aiming. See, this is why I wanted the gun laying drive. Because look how slow that thing takes to aim in. Jesus Christ. That is terrible. Alright, now the AT-15 should back up. No, he's not going to. And we bounced off. And he is going to take some shots at me. Oops. Not good. Come on, get out of here. AT-15. Leave me alone. Everybody else is going to kill you then. Come on. I need that weak spot. Right there. But he's moving too much. Son of a bitch. Come on. Give me something good. Give me something good. Now he's going to hide behind the rock. There we go. There's a good hit. Man, I love that 390 damage. I mean, I don't know how much I did on that shot because I wasn't paying attention, but come on. That's a good amount of damage. There we go. There we go. And then they're going to kill the TD over there. Now, I know I sniped a lot in this game, and I shouldn't have, but hey, you know what? They were already open. Screw it. I'm going to take the shots. I'm going to take the shots. I don't give a crap. It saved me from getting hit majority of the game. And I had the damage to be able to kick some ass. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. ×3 multiplier. Boop, boop, boop. Didn't do shit. No awards. No awards because we suck balls. 49,000 in silver, 3,654 in experience points, which is terrible for ×3. And we came in the middle. We only did 1,000 damage. That sucks. 10 shots fired, 7 hits, 5 actually penetrated. Enemies damage 3. So, but we killed 3 guys. So I'm happy with that, I guess. Not terrible for the first time taking this thing out. Alright guys, so that's the first impression of the T-34-3. Now, a couple of things I just learned on that battle is, even though we are very well angled in the front of the upper glacis, that upper hole part area, I'm kind of worried about it. We were getting penned very easily from tanks and stuff like that. I haven't seen anything hit the turret yet, so I don't know how that was going to go. But we said at the beginning of that map that we didn't have a good hold down positions in the city. We just had to do what we could with the area that we were working with. Now, we did snipe a lot, which I would recommend. This tank is not a sniper in that sense because how big the aiming rings are. I mean, you saw how much the roll of dice could go either way, and when I was trying to hit the other T-34-3, it was just not going to happen because the accuracy is just not there. I mean, I believe, what's the accuracy? 0.46. That's not great for this tank at all. But we are shooting a 122, so, you know, the accuracy is only going to be but so good. If it was a smaller gun, it would be different. But, yeah, that was one of the main things I noticed on there. The traverse felt good. The speed felt good on it. You know, when I was trying to back away from the AT-15, I probably wouldn't have taken as many shots if I wouldn't have ran into that stupid post. But not terrible in that sense. So it seems like this tank is going to be really good if I do some, I would say, kind of peekabooing. But you got to make sure that the enemy's not close. Now, when I usually peekaboo with a tank, you know, I could do it whether the enemy is close and do a peekaboo and then shoot and go back real quick, or I could do it when they have a distance. This one seems more of, you know, in like if they were fighting me in the town, I would like them to be a couple buildings away from me. The reason why is because if I shoot and I hit them and they know that my reload takes a long time, they may come after me and I can't do anything about it until I reload again. Now, I could run away, but like you guys saw, some of the enemy were on the middle road right there, and if I would have backed away somewhere and exposed myself, I would have been shot from the middle road and the guy I was shooting at. So this tank's going to be very situational, it looks like. You're going to be have to very, very careful with it. But holy crap, does it pack a punch. I mean, we did 1,000 damage with the 5 hits. We could have done more. We just bounced and missed because of the accuracy, but I think this thing could be a badass tank. But we'll, I'll take it out some more, and then I'll do a review on it. So, but anyways, tomorrow we're going to be looking at the 112. We're going to do our first impression on that. Look at that thing. That thing looks badass. It really does. Now, this thing looks like definitely the Russian heavies. Like an IS-4. There you go. It looks like an IS-4. It really, really does. The way the turret looks and the armor style of the hull definitely looks like an IS-4. So I'm going to do some research on this. You know, just the historical stuff and get the data written down, and then we're going to look at it tomorrow. Anyways, guys, please hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You guys are awesome. We are growing so quickly, and you guys are the best in the world. Anyways, I'm WizardKen. Until next time, see ya.